Early signs of job burnout. Hi, I'm Angie. Thanks for joining me here at Life Squared.
Welcome to Life Squared, brought to you by the Perfectly Imperfect Network, from imperfect folk everywhere.
Early signs of job burnout. Employers pay particular attention to it because you and all the levels of your management team need to recognize this about an employee. And again, I stress, as I have in other videos, the people that can get job burnout are the people you want working for you. Your job is to keep them from getting burned out. And you have to monitor and help those people and reassure those people that their job is not on the line if they take some lifetime, if they slow it down a bit. So here we go. Number one, an employee that is working harder than others. That's the person that's at risk of job burnout. Number two, the person that compulsively tries to prove themselves. You know the ones. They are trying to prove themselves. They're very competitive and they always need to win. And they feel like, you can tell that they feel like if they don't win, they feel like their job is on the line. Part of that could be because of the culture you have created at this workplace. Try to keep competition to a minimum. Because oftentimes at work it is unhealthy. And believe me, I like competition as much as anyone. But at the workplace, you've got to curtail it a little bit. Because the bottom line, it can sometimes make you money in the short run, but it will cost you money in the long run. Number three, they neglect their personal needs. They're not taking off for birthdays. They're not taking off when people are sick. They're not leaving to go vote or whatever it is they need to do. That person is neglecting their personal needs. They're never going to the doctor. Those are things people need to be doing. They don't need to abuse it, but they do need to be taking care of personal needs. Number four, they displace conflict. They make excuses for the employer. When the employer does things that aren't right or encourages them to never be gone, never take any time off, or to work harder and longer and creates more and more competition, they will make excuses for that employer. It's almost like they used to talk about the Stockholm syndrome, where the people that were kidnapped began to sympathize and empathize with their captors. It happens in the workplace, in bad workplaces. Number five, they revise their values like family. The business becomes more important than the family or their other personal relationships. Number six, they deny there's problems from the work compulsion. You talk to them and they're denying it. Just because they deny it doesn't mean it doesn't exist and that it's not your problem too. Number seven, they will isolate and withdraw from the others. Why? Because they just don't feel like the other people that work there. And quite frankly, they may not be acting like the other people that work there. That can be good or bad. Oftentimes, that's bad. That's bad. That means they are at risk. Too much of their life is dependent upon the place of work. And you've got to look at the culture you're creating and make sure you're not creating a culture that causes people to burn out. Number eight, they have behavior changes and they seem odd. Sometimes the people will say they're acting weird, they're odd. They will make up other things like, they have some mental health disorder or they're something's wrong with them. They must be sick or they're angry. And a lot of times it is the early stages of job burnout, if not the later stages. Number nine, they depersonalize. They quit connecting with other people. They're loners. And we have learned in this society today to be very concerned about loners. First of all, you got to wonder, are they being bullied? Are they being treated badly by somebody at work? Because many times that ends very, very badly. Watch the news. Make sure that people are continuing to connect. If they're not, create ways. We've got a series coming up about creating a well-balanced business. We've got a lot of ideas about helping keep people involved and connecting with other people in your business. And guess what? Most of them don't cost a darn thing. So please watch out for that as part of this workplace series. Number 10, they feel empty. You say, how can I tell if they feel empty? Well, when you have all the others, you can kind of surmise they feel empty. Number 11, they're depressed, anxious. They will exhibit anxiety disorders like OCD and other anxiety disorders. Number 12, they completely are burned out. And they have what we call as burned out syndrome, which is very serious. And it takes many years to get over burnout syndrome. So be responsible. Keep your employees from being burned out. You have that power in your hand. And be that kind of employer. Thanks for joining us here at Life Squared. Please hit the subscribe button, the like button, tell your friends about us, tell your employers about us. This is the part of the workplace series. It has been a very popular series, and we're very proud of this series, and we want to help employees have a better experience, and we want employers to not have problems in the back end. So, I'm Angie, and thanks for joining me here at Life Squared.
We really appreciate you joining us today at Life Squared on the Perfectly Imperfect Network. To get more content, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions or feedback, we'd love to hear from you in the comments section. Thanks for watching.